In this video, we are going to understand how to create events in Microsoft Outlook for WooCommerce orders. So my objective is that every time a WooCommerce order is created here, then automatically an event should be created in Microsoft Office 365. Let's say that a course has been purchased. Now an induction process has been arranged for that course. So every time the course is bought here, then automatically the event would be created here. Now how can we do this? For this we will have to integrate these two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect. So here my trigger application will be WooCommerce and my action application will be Microsoft Outlook. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. Now to begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here we have reached the landing page. Now we have the options to sign in or sign up. Since I'm an existing user, I'm going to click on sign in. If you are a new user, you can always sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. Now here we have reached all applications page. I'm going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Here you can see we have reached a dashboard. Now on the right hand side there's a tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. So here my objective is to create events in Microsoft Outlook for WooCommerce orders. Now I'm going to click on create, and as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here will be WooCommerce. Let's click on this and the trigger event will be new order created. So here you can see we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting WooCommerce and Pabbly Connect. I'm going to copy this and then we have to follow the following help desk. Let me show you exactly what we have to do. So this here is my WooCommerce account. Now here you have to go to settings. Then you have the option of advanced. Let's click on this. Within advanced, here you can see webhooks. So I'm going to click on this. And now here we have the option to create a webhook, add a webhook. Let's click on this and now we are going to fill in this information. Let's say the name of the webhook is new Outlook webhook. Okay. Now what is the status? This is active. What is the topic? Order has been created. Delivery URL. So this URL, I'm going to copy this quickly once again and paste this over here. Then I'm going to click on save webhook. So now here you can see that the webhook has been updated successfully. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, here it has captured the response. I'm going to click on recapture webhook response. Let's click on yes. And now it is asking me to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response, which means that now we have to create an order in WooCommerce. Let's go back there, go to the store. And here let's say that I want to buy a course. So I'm going to go down and let's go to the next page. And here you can see there is this PHP course for beginners. So I'm going to add this to cart. And now I'm going to go down and proceed to checkout. So as I do that, here we have got the details. So I'm going to change the last name. So here the first name is test, last name is user2. This is the name of the company, country, street address. Then here we have the phone number, email address, and now I'm going to click on place order. So as I do that, here we can see that it is saying your order has been received. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, let's understand if we have received the API response. Now this may take a few seconds, so I would request you to wait patiently. Now here we can see that we have received the API response. Let's check the same. So as I take you down, here we have got the amount. Then again, let's go down. So here we have the details. Then here is the last name, then first name. Then again we have the address. This here is the payment URL. And then here you can see this is the amount. This here is the name of the product. Now what is my objective? I want to create an event in Microsoft Outlook. Let's say that the user has bought this particular product today. Now you want to create an event for tomorrow or day after or after a month. For this, what I'm going to do, to schedule the event, I'm going to first use a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Let's click on this. Now the action event here would be to add or subtract time. Now let's click on connect. So here what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to enter the date that we have received in the above step. So I'm going to map the data. How? As I click on this, you can see the previous step, and now here I'm going to write the date. So you can see date created. I'm going to take this. Next is expression. So here I want to create an event after 2 days. So here I'm going to write plus 2 days. If you wish to add a few hours, you can write it in this format. If you wish to add a few months, you can write in this format. Now the to format here is, so here I'm going to select this format where we have the T format, and again from format is going to be the same. Once done, let's click on save and send test request. So here you can see that initially the creation date was 10th of June. Now here we have received it as 12th of June. Now once this is done, when would my event get over? So maybe it is an hour event. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm again going to use the same feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter, and the action event here is again add or subtract time. Let's click on connect once again. Now here you have to enter the date. So the date that I'm going to enter is this one, and what I'm going to do is, the expression here is plus 1 hour. And now the to format, so this here is the to format. From format again is this. Let's click on save and send test request. Now here we can see that the time has been increased by 1 hour. And now what is my objective? I want to create an event in WooCommerce. Now here I have got different conditions. If the purchase has been made for product A, then I want an event to be created in calendar 1. If the purchase has been made for product B, then I want that event to be created in calendar 2 in my Microsoft Outlook. Now to do that, what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly, which is router, that helps your workflow to run conditionally. So here I'm going to first of all rename the routes. Let's say here it is for product 1. Let's click on update, and this here is rename. So here this is for product 2. You can also write the name of the specific products. Now I'm going to set filter and action steps. So here my filter will be the name of the product. For this I'm going to go to step 1. So here I'm going to look for the line items. PHP course for beginners. So this here is the name of the product. Now this should be equal to exactly the same name, PHP course for beginners. You can also copy the same from this above step. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So yes, here we can see that the condition is true. So if this is running for this particular product, now my action step here will be to create an event in Microsoft Outlook. So here I'm going to look for Microsoft Office 365. And the event here will be to create an event in calendar. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Microsoft Office 365 account. Let's click on add new connection, connect with Microsoft Office 365. So as we do that, here you can see there are certain permissions requested. So I'm going to go down and click on accept. And as we do that, here we can see that our authorization has been successful. So once this is done, now here I have to choose the calendar. So before I do that, let me take you to my Microsoft Office 365 account. Here you can see that I have got these calendars, calendar 2, United States holidays and birthdays. So here I wish to add the event in calendar 1. And what is the subject here? So here I'm going to write PHP course for beginners induction event. Okay, then what is the content type? This is plain. Now what do you want to be written here in the body? So I'm going to write induction for new students. Okay, then we have the start date. For this, I'm going to go to the step 2 where we had added 2 days to the created date. So I'm going to go here, and the start time zone here I'm going to look for this. Next is end date. So for this I'm going to go to step 3 where we had added an hour to the modified date. So I'm going to choose this, and now again the end time zone here will be Asia Kolkata, this one. And the reminder, now enter the number of minutes before the start of the event. So let's say it is 5 minutes. So 5 minutes prior I want a reminder. Importance, you can choose, let's say it is normal. Sensitivity, again you have to choose normal, personal, private, confidential. So I have written normal. Now enter the location if you want, and then show as. So you can show yourself as free, tentative, busy, out of office, working elsewhere, unknown. So I am going to make it as free. Then we have to enter the name of the attendee. So I'm going to go to step 1, and here I'm going to look for the name. So this here is the first name. Let's give a space, again go here, again here I'm going to go here, and this here is the last name. Now this method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs it can take the new data into consideration. Next here we have to map the email address of the person. So let's map the email address, and once this is done, now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the response, according to which now an event must be created in our calendar. Let's go and check the same. So yes, here we can see that this event has been created. Okay, now once this is done, let's go back to Pabbly Connect. I'm going to close this, and let's go to our route 2. So here again I'm going to set filter and action steps. So let's say this time I want to shop for another product which is a test product. So here I'm going to go back to WooCommerce. Here again we have to go for PHP. Yes, this is the name, because this is the line items name. So whenever you are buying a new product, here only you will get the product name. This should be equal to, let's say it is a test product. This is the name of my product. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here it is showing the condition is false. Why? Because we did not buy this product. But let's say if we had bought this product, then again we would want to create an action step here. The application here will be Microsoft Office 365. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be to create an event. Let's click on this, click on connect. So I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection, and now here we have to enter the calendar. So I'm going to go ahead with calendar 2. Now the subject here will be test product induction event. So next we have content type, then content. So here I'm going to write induction for new students. Then we have the start date. So let's click on this, go here, this here is your start date. The time here will be Asia Kolkata, here it is. Then what is the end date? Let's go to step 3. This here will be your end date, and again here it will be Asia Kolkata. Now reminder, let's say it is 5 minutes once again. Importance, so normal. Then sensitivity, it is normal once again. Location, so if you want to enter the location of the event, you can do that. Now show as, so here I'm going to show myself as free. Name of the person, so let's go to step 1, and here I'm going to enter the name. So this here is the first name. Let's go back here, name. So here is the last name. Then we have the email address. Let's go back to step 1. Let's look for the email address. Here it is. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as I do that, here you can see I have received the response again. And let me take you to my calendar. So you can see here for calendar 2, another event has been created. So this means that our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was WooCommerce, where the event was new order created. Then our action application initially was a feature by Pabbly, which was date time formatter, where we had added and subtracted time. And then our final action application was another feature by Pabbly, which was router. And here we had 2 routes for product 1 and product 2. So what we had done here, so after setting up the filter according to the name, we had created an event in calendar, and that is it. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.